Week 5. So I wanted to go over our project for today, our week 5 project, which is going to be modeling a phone case, but then also talk about our final project. So that will be the second half of this video, going over what our final project is, because you do need to think of an idea for it this week. And that's one thing you'll be submitting this week. So here's kind of our calendar. We have our phone case due next week and then final project, and that is it. We're approaching the finish line. So yeah, let's talk about our, week 5 phone case. So here's our handout. We're going to be modeling a phone case in Fusion that should fit whatever phone you choose. I think the demo walks through an iPhone 11 or 10 something, I don't know. The videos this week are going to be my coworker who also teaches 3D printing, so they're going to be his voice if you're surprised at something new. They're his walkthrough demos that we'll be using. So yep, there's 2 steps to this if you see part 1 and part 2. Part 1 will be modeling whatever your phone is, so walking through the process of modeling your phone, and we're going to be using that model as what we refer to as a tool body, so a tool off of which we can model your phone case, and that way we know your phone case is going to fit your phone like exactly. So yeah, the model of your phone is going to be a tool body for creating your phone case. So part 1, creating your phone. Part 2, creating your phone case. So I wanted to walk through the requirements for this project. The first thing are printing parameters. So this is parametric modeling. We are using parameters, which will be the specific size of your phone. So the height, the width, the depth, in order to model your phone to its exact technical specifications. So your phone, like if you got this case printed, it would fit your phone perfectly. So yeah, parametric modeling by entering parameters which are editable in the future. If you realize that you modeled the incorrect phone, you can update your parameters to change the whole model for you. So yeah, using parameters, these are the max dimensions, which if you're modeling a phone, you should be within that. It's really just to kind of keep you from modeling a tablet or a laptop or something, something smaller. Thickness, so your case thickness should be at least 1.7 millimeters, and the video will walk through how to do this. But this is, again, in case you want to actually get it printed. That's a good thickness for your case to protect it, but also to ensure that it prints well. Minimum detail, like nothing smaller. You're going to be creating like a logo or a design on it, like customizing your case in some way. So detail smaller than like 0.2 millimeters doesn't usually come out well in a print. So those are your printing parameters. You're also going to be graded on if it works. So again, modeled to the size of your phone, using editable parameters, and it should not inhibit the functionality of your phone. So you are going to create, if you can see in this model, a little cutout for your volume rockers, for your on-off switch. It doesn't look like he has the hole for the camera, but you should have a hole for your camera, so you should be able to charge it by wearing, like when the case is on. So yeah, not inhibiting your phone's functionality in any way. And then the last part you're graded on is just your creativity. So in the videos you'll walk through, again, all the processes of making your case, but then you have the additional step of adding a logo of some kind, or just a design of whatever kind of design you want. Make it a little bit complex, like you should spend some time on it. Don't just make like a circle on the back, right? Do whatever you want, but yeah, spend some time on it. Which I'm not sure if he explains it in the video. I haven't watched them all the way through to double check yet, but in case he doesn't, after you complete your phone case model, you're going to just create another sketch. If you want it to be based off of a logo that already exists, you can, like always, insert a canvas, so an image, a screenshot of whatever you're trying to recreate, and then create a sketch based off of it. So trace it essentially with your sketch tools, and then generally you can either extrude that negatively, so down into the case so you have a recessed area, or you can extrude it positively, create a what's the word, extrusion, create a raised design. You are also welcome to add other features on your case if you want, like a clip or a card holder or something like that. So it doesn't only have to be like a plain case. You can have a few extra bells and whistles if you want to add them. So yeah, that's the process of the phone case, what we're going to be walking through this week. And again, 2 different videos to help you do that. Also wanted to talk about your final project. So your final project is going to be creating the object of your preference, but continuing, essentially it's a deeper dive into one of the types of modeling that we've covered so far. So our primitive modeling with our just basic building block shapes, our T-spline modeling, which allowed us to create much more organic, freeform shapes, our sketches and parameters if we want to build something that is more exact and precise. So deeper dive into one of those types of modeling to create a useful object to be 3D printed, if you want, in which the function coincides with an already existing object around your house or home. So it should not be something that's standalone. It should interact with another object. So you may have to model a tool body. For example, if you were building a lampshade, you may have to model your specific light bulb to make sure that it fits within your shade. So yeah, it should interact with another object that already exists. Glue on my arm. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Design should incorporate at least 2 or more bodies that are combined into a single solid, and let's say school appropriate. Okay, these are just some random options for you guys that I just searched 3D printed objects, and we have some different variety of things. So if you wanted to, you can create your own set of chess pieces. You can continue in the jewelry realm if you want to. Next week there is no instructional video that's required, but I will be posting a how-to tutorial video on how to get your models 3D printed if that's something you're interested in. So you could get your rings printed, you could get your phone cases printed, or whatever object you're going to make for this final project. You could also get those printed if that's something you're interested in. So just as I think I mentioned this before, I'm not totally sure, but you can get your objects 3D printed in a variety of different materials. There are multiple types of plastic you can print in. There are multiple types of metal you can print in. There's stone. So there's a whole variety of options when you are thinking ahead. If you're planning on doing something metal, it can be more expensive. So just as a heads up. Here are a variety of options. Just something that coincides with another object that already exists, and that can be your body. It can be chess pieces for a chess board that already exists, candle holders for candles that already exist, coasters, plant pots, a lot of options. So the requirements for your final project. First, 2 different categories. The first is your design specifications. So again, it should function in tandem with another object. It is not a standalone object that just sits by itself. It should, involve another object that already exists. It should also have at least two bodies combined into one solid. Most likely you will be having many more than two bodies, depending on what you're making. If it is something that's functional, it should actually work. So if you're modeling it, again, for example, a lampshade, it should work with whatever lamp parts that you were planning for it to. If it is a ring, it should fit you or whoever it's for. If it's like a sheath for your knife, it should be modeled to the correct sizes where your knife could fit in there. So make sure that you are taking the time to model it to the correct size. And then these are a few like basic printing parameters in case you want to get it printed. Are a lot of printers, you can print larger things, but I would suggest you stay under 7 by 7 by 7 inches, just because it gets really expensive. And if you really do want to model, I would probably go smaller than that. Also, the wall thickness, so if you have an object that is hollow, which is suggested because it's less material and therefore cheaper, your wall thickness should be between about 1.5 and 4 millimeters. So those are your design specifications that you'll be graded on, and then the second half is creativity and ambition. So your project is clearly unique and ambitious. If you have a simple idea, make it more complex by adding decoration, like little details, doing sketches and adding in like little engravings or carvings, something like that. Or if the object you want to make is simple, make an entire set of them with like a variety of designs or themes. That's like the coasters. It's a very simple modeling process. It's just a circle, but they all have different designs and patterns on them, and that's a way to kind of add some difficulty to show that you are investing time in this. Yep, and the last thing is that you just use your own imagination. Don't exactly copy something that you find somewhere, but build it with something that makes it unique to you. So, yep, I guess that's it. If you have any, so besides your phone case, you are also going to be turning in a final project idea, which is just two small things. The first is a written explanation of what you want to make. Just write it out and describe it to me. And then also send either a photo, like a reference photo, something that's similar that will help me be able to picture what you're going for. Or you can sketch it out on paper if you don't have like an exact photo of what you're going for. So, yep, those two things submitted to me. And one of the main points of this, the reasons to do this idea, is just to help me make sure that you're on the right track as far as like grade wise, difficulty wise. So I do want to hear a pretty detailed explanation of what you're planning to make, just so I can make sure that you're on track. This is like our final project / exam. This is the last thing we're doing. So it should be kind of a big project, a culmination of all the work we've done in class so far.